But surveys of Tube customers showed that 80% wanted to hear good music as they travelled on the underground network. So LU supported bylaw changes and devised a scheme to allow buskers to perform legally at stations. For the first time ever, buskers have been able to entertain commuters without having to play a cat and mouse game with underground staff or the police. Stephen Heath learnt to play the didgeridoo on his mum's Hoover tube, but can he earn a living from it?
I really don't know, to be honest. I've never really busked for a long period of time to know whether I can live off it. It's more of a, it's a hobby really, and I love it. I really enjoy it.
The auditions. The busking trial on the tube has been running for 2 weeks, and licensed buskers are performing at stations across the network. Stephen's at South Kensington. It's not busy, but he's still attracting attention.
That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks very much. Take care. Thanks. Cheers.
It's the rhythms. It was the sound as we were coming out of up there. We could hear this. We thought there's a very clever man down there doing something with a didgeridoo. No, I know it's a didgeridoo, and his rhythms were fantastic. You know, he's coming out of there like this. You could feel it like a pulse. You can see he's got an ID, and it's good quality. It's not near rubbish. It's actually something new. It's teaching me something from Australia, even though it's in Portsmouth. There's a link. There must be a link. How does a boy from Portsmouth learn how to play didgeridoo? I don't know. He's a very interesting man.
Automatic.
Stephen has booked himself an evening slot at one of the West End's busiest stations, Piccadilly Circus. It seems to be paying off. Back at Piccadilly Circus, Stephen's having to carry out some emergency repairs.
Where it's really hot and humid and close down here, the wood's expanding and I've got some cracks in there already. And the didge, to get really fast rhythms, it relies on quite a powerful back pressure. And whenever it cracks, it's constantly opening up all the time, and it just makes the sound drop. So you can't really get very fast rhythms. The Aborigines, they used to before they played, because it was so dry, and it was really hard to get the thing fired up. You'd have to soak it in water to absorb all the water, then it would stop, clog all the pores up, and then it would play really crisp. So sometimes when I play, just pour loads of water down it, and then so it does the same thing, block all the pores up.
Stephen successfully repaired his didgeridoo and is attracting quite a crowd. He's even being broadcast across the airwaves.
And when I came down the stairs here, and I could hear the rhythm of this guy playing, I thought, my God, this isn't just somebody playing a didgeridoo, this is somebody playing a didgeridoo. And I had to stop and listen to it. Pleasure to meet you.
And you.
Really.
Take care. Have a good day.
Yeah. I mean, you've made my day. I'm coming down here to catch a train. I'm supposed to be at home by now, and I heard this, and I couldn't not listen to it. Absolutely first-class stuff.
Thank you very much. I hope your dinner's not in the dog.
Eh?
I hope your dinner's not in the dog.
Don't think it will. No, really. Well, I've got to put something in your box. I'll tell you what, whatever's in my pocket you get. There you go. It's your lucky day.
Thank you very much. Cracking. Wow. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Stephen's had a good night, and it's time to head home.
How much money do you think you made today?
I don't know, it's quite heavy. I reckon about, I don't know, 50 quid maybe. That generous donation of the bloke, you know. Extra 6 quid he chucked it. Oh, maybe £50.
John's also packing away. He's exceeded his target of £11.
I've got a whole load of these 1p coins at home, and I put them in a pile. And once I've got a pound up, put them in a plastic bag, take them to the bank. It all adds up. All the 1p's and the 2p's and the 5p's. Get a few pounds a week out of that.
The future seems bright for John and the other 285 licensed buskers. The trial has gone well, and sponsorship of the scheme looks set to continue with expansion of the project to more stations. Whether there'll be enough buskers and the quality of music can be maintained remains to be seen. But for the moment, Tube customers will have no shortage of sounds on the underground.
But square cut or pear shape, these rocks won't lose their shape.